Hi guys, Jen Micheli here from Daytona Beach, Florida. I am here today to teach to you the 24 Fit Bootcamp program that we put together. So I have had a traditional boot camp for 7 years, and in that boot camp it's a 3-week program, 3 weeks on, 1 week off, $180 for that 3-week program, which boiled down to $20 a class. Classes were being held 6:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, and 6 p.m. in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For that $180, people could come and they could work out to all 3 classes a day. One, the 6:30 in the mornings, the 9 o'clocks, or the 6 p.m.s, whatever they wanted to do. It didn't matter. It was open sessions. Day 1 of our boot camp, we always had a fitness assessment. In my traditional boot camp, it was a timed 2-mile run. It was 1 minute of push-ups and 1 minute of sit-ups. The rest of the workouts were whatever I created. It was like some type of plyometric drill. It could be at the beach, an obstacle course at the beach. It could be in a park. It could be at the Daytona 500 Speedway, whatever it was. I mean, it was just different workouts that I created. And so at the end of the 3 weeks, we also did the fitness assessment so we could see their improvement. All right, again, the timed 2-mile run, the 1 minute push-ups, and the 1 minute sit-ups. We always had a most improved award that went to the camper of the 6:30 a.m. class, of the 9 a.m. class, and of the 6 p.m. class. So there was always recognition for the most improved person in that period of time. During those 3 weeks, in the initial beginning stages, I let them know right up front that I was an Herbalife product user, had tremendous results, was sharing the products with the campers. I would sample them lift-offs. I would sample them teas after they had their first workout and they were ready to croak. I'd give them an H3O, get them back, to working and functioning, and then sampling them products throughout the rest of the 3 weeks. I always invited them. We had a Tuesday night nutritional night, which really was an Herbalife opportunity meeting. They would come and they would learn about the products. They'd hear the testimonies. And then the majority of my campers would go ahead and get onto products throughout those 3 weeks. From there, I personally was building my own volume, and I was building a customer base, but I wasn't really building a team that was duplicating as far as generating royalties for my business. So I had that business for 7 years. Actually, coming into my 8th year, it was called Full Circle Boot Camp. And in December of 2011, I qualified to go to an event, the Future President's Team Retreat. And it's where I made a personal decision that I was going to move myself up the marketing plan. I was going to get into action. I was no longer going to stay at the level that I was. So I came back and I sat down with a group of 6 team members. There were 2 couples. One of the couples had been in the business for 1 month. The other couple had been in the business for 2 months. And then there was my 19-year-old son and his 22-year-old girlfriend. So brand new, all brand new people. But I came back and I just spoke into existence what I was up to, what I was going to create for that following year, which was in 2012. So we sat down, we locked arms, and we just kind of, started putting ourselves into action. I still had my paying boot camp at this time. And then all of a sudden, Herbalife 24 DVDs were launched. And it was a new wave all of a sudden of, Herbalife was going full force, which was extremely exciting because being an athlete, I was always using the product. I was always thinking in an athletic way of thinking about Herbalife. I never looked at it as just a weight loss product for people. I looked at it as a nutritional company, the best nutritional company on the planet, and a wellness company. So when the DVDs were launched, being that I had already had my camp at this point in time for about 6.5 years, I had some people that came in that were, anywhere from 200. I had a guy that came in at 400 pounds, never exercised before. But of course, I made it where everybody was a winner. In Florida, we have a no child left behind policy for school. So I used to say I have a no camper left behind policy, that there's not one person that's not going to be able to complete the 3 weeks, no matter their fitness level, no matter their size. I don't care if they're walking the 2 miles. Everyone's going to complete this program all the way through. And that's just the way that we made it warm and inviting for everybody. So when the DVDs came out, I was really excited about them, and at first I thought, okay, well, we'll take these and we'll just kind of like show them to the campers and we'll do some type of workout in addition to my regular boot camp. And the DVDs are great. You definitely want to use the DVDs, and it's really for somebody that's brand new, that has never really worked out before. It takes you from point A to point Z. There was a slight dilemma for me personally, though, because I have some serious athletes that take my program, and the very first DVD, which is great, it's all about stretching, but you know, they stood there like this for a very long time, and I thought, all right, I'm not sure about that, to throw that in and use that as a marketing tool for myself, for the campers that I have right now. So myself and another girl, Lana, and my son, Matt, and his girlfriend, Megan, sat down one evening and we thought, well, let's take some of the concepts of what Herbalife is talking about, because there's some doctors and scientists and there's some, you know, professional athletes that are behind it, and incorporate it into what we're currently doing. So voila, we came up with our 24 Fit. Obviously that's off the cover, but we decided to call ours a 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge and create a challenge, which is something different than what most people are doing right now. That's why I said, a lot of you guys right now are just having an exercise class. We're meeting once in a while. If I was coming to you, someone, and they said, oh, we have a class one morning on Saturdays, really? Is one day a week going to get me the results I want? No, it's not. It's fun and it's great, but it's not going to get me the results I want. Okay? So that's where we came up with this 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge, where it's going to have a start and an end. It was going to spin off what I was doing anyway with my 3-week program. In the beginning, we actually had a 6-week and 4-day-a-week classes, and I'm going to flip through these slides and show you, because we were all set on using 24. So we're like, okay, 6 weeks, 4 classes a week, 6 times 4 equals 24. So we're blending in the 24. So some of the original slides that you're going to see is from the very first stages of it to where we've evolved today. Okay? I feel like I'm right on top of it. Sorry. Okay. So people want to know, like, how do you get out there and how do you do this? Pre-challenge marketing. What we did, we sat, again, there were 4 of us, 3 coaches, 3 other coaches, and myself. We sat down and we just got into massive action. All right? We started contacting all of our active and inactive distributors. Now, most of it, for those guys that were brand new, they didn't have a lot of inactive distributors or even any distributors yet. I did, though. I had a lot of people that I had been currently working with, or had been for all of these years. So I just started making phone calls to everybody, and I said, you're not going to believe it. We're starting the very first 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge in Daytona Beach. You got to be a part of it. Okay? That's all I said. Didn't even know what it was going to be yet, but it's what I said. From that, I've been going around the country now mentoring different teams and groups and challenging them, like I said to David before I leave on Sunday. He'll have up on Facebook, unless somebody wants to beat him to it and have it up tonight, 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge coming to, somebody give me a city here.
Villa Park.
Where?
Villa Park.
Villa Park. If you go home tonight and say on Facebook, 24 Fit Boot Camp coming to Villa Park, Monday, April... Give me a date, somebody. What's the first Monday in April?
3rd.
It is? What's the first? What's the first? Okay. So 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge coming April 1st to Villa Park. That's it. Orientation being held Sunday, March 30th or March 31st. And that's all you need to put. I've got the dates all wrong. He's shaking his head. Easter. Okay, we're having it on Saturday the 30th. Doesn't matter, no problem. All right, but here's how the boot camps run, and you're going to see. We always have orientation on a Sunday, and the camp starts on Monday. What I'm saying, though, is I challenge you right now to go do that. Doesn't matter if you know anything. What it's doing is sparking excitement and people being inquisitive in your area, like, what are you up to? Okay, I had a guy do this, and he said, I really don't even know what I'm doing. I said, don't worry about it. I'll teach you before you get started what you need to do. Inviting in all of your inactive and active customers, inviting customers and distributors to bring participants. So, yes.
I was going to say, could you repeat that sentence? Because I'll take you up on your challenge meeting.
Okay, 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge coming April 1st to Villa Park. Contact me today for information. And when they contact you, you say, fantastic. Orientation is Saturday the 30th from 9 to 12. Everything you need to know will be answered then. That's it. It's difficult, isn't it? No. The answer is no. Huh?
Can you say one more time?
Yes. 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge coming, or you could say the very first 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge coming April 1st to Villa Park. Orientation is Saturday, March 30th from 9 to 12. So just throw your city in there. Okay? Get people to start asking, what is it, 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 what is it? I don't know, it's a great question.
There's no beating me.
There's no beating you. Perfect. Game on, Bucky. From this same little thing that I had people do, Tim Hendricks, Pres team member, had 250 people show up to orientation. His downline, Carlos, 90 people. Carlos made his cut to get team in 3 months when I left him in December. The system works. Okay? So, Craig, whatever you're doing, letting people know, putting space is limited, contact me to reserve your spot, all of that is right there. Just post it. Post it, say it, call your team, call people that you have, call customers. When they want to know more, fantastic, be at orientation. All right? So this is a flyer that we have, and you guys have access to get this. Everyone's using this. If any of you know who Carlos is from Michigan, Carlos has this. Every time I see this up on Facebook, I think it's my own personal team, and I'm like, oh, that's in Michigan. Oh, that's somewhere else. Like, it's so exciting. So copy, duplicate. So here's what it is. We took it off the things of the 24 DVD. Work out smarter, not harder. Guys, all of this is being left for you. Okay, so you have access to all of this information. Metabolic training to increase your metabolism and burn fat more efficiently, right off the 24 DVDs. Join the free Herbalife 24 Fit Bootcamp Challenge. Our wording, fantastic. 4-week challenge includes 12 classes of physical training. All right? 2, we threw this in. You don't have to do this. 2 extreme fitness challenges. I like to take my people out 2 Saturdays during those 4 weeks. We go out into the world. We go to the beach. We go to a park. We do a 2-hour workout. It's a little bit more strenuous. So in our very first one, we had 150 people participated in the first boot camp, and we had 70 that came out and did the extreme challenge. So not everybody's up for that. But to still have 70 people running around a beach or running in a park or doing something a little bit more intense, very, very cool. All right? They're also going to have their fitness evaluation and coaching, complete body transformation. Here you are, you plug in, presented by your club name. Our club name is Full Circle Nutrition. We've created a cause called Shape Up Daytona. We as a team are committed to shaping up Daytona. So anytime we're out in the universe and the world talking, what are you up to? I'm with Full Circle Nutrition and Herbalife. I'm here to shape up Daytona. I don't know, just write words and people start buying into what you're doing, right? That's why I said today. I just put stuff out. People are like, what is it? They want to be a part of it, okay? Creating a space where people can be a part of something. Orientation on Sunday. There's our address. It's free, no excuses. Be there. By making it free, there are no excuses. All shapes, all sizes, because when you master what the system is, and people are going to go through the evaluations, they're going to sit down in front of you and you're going to learn, they're getting on product. That's where I said in front of the room today, over 1,200 new distributors since April by making my boot camp free. When I was paying, people were paying to come to my boot camp, you know, I was making about $1,500 a month with that. $3,500 with my royalty versus this month close to $39,000 free. Well, that's, you know, yes, whatever, but I'm just saying, but that's, it's just, I got it in my head. I'm not charging $50 an hour as a trainer anymore. I'm not doing that because that limits who can come and work out with me. This, everybody and their brother and sister and mother and cat and dog and whoever wants to work out, come. Okay? Pre-challenge orientation. What do you do on the orientation? All right, so here's what you do. So say, for an example, in the beginning, I'm going to go back to what we did in the beginning. There was myself and 3 other people that were coaching with me. Coaches can be your downline. Coaches can be your mother, your brother, whoever you need to help you, okay? Especially, I mean, you might think, well, maybe I'm not going to get many people. One guy thought, like, I'm not going to have, you know, many people, and he had 65 people. So he realized, okay, wife, you're on board. I need help, all right? So if you have a downline or a team that can work with you, or sidelines that you guys are working together, all of you are coaches. All of you are personally going to go out and be inviting your people, all right? So the day of orientation, what we've done is we work out of our club. If you don't have a club, no big deal. Do it out of your house, do it in a park, do it wherever you need to meet with your people. But out of our nutrition club, we have it pretty much set up like you would with a weight loss challenge. That morning, Sunday morning arrives, 9 o'clock. We're there at 8:30. We've got, shots of tea made for everybody. People come in. Again, these guys have all the forms, but we have a form that we use anyway when they're walking through the doors. If they're a first-time person coming in, that's our wellness form. It says, "Welcome to Full Circle Nutrition." Here's their name, cell phone number, first time to the club, how they hear about us, name of the person that invited them. If you had a shake, what flavor of shake, what flavor of tea, if they have time to do their analysis that day. This is what we use every day for guests coming in, but on that particular day, we're having them fill this out. On the back, it's their health and wellness questionnaire, any things that they're focused on, particular health goal, what have they tried to reach their goal before on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are they, because we can always go back to that with them. But so that day when people are coming in, I'm usually the greeter. I greet everybody when they're coming in. I welcome them. I give them a shot of tea. I give them one of these and a pencil, and I have them sit down. This is where you start, fill this out, both sides, and then bring it back to me, and I'll send you off to the next station. The next station, one of my coaches is over there working. We have another sheet that takes all of their measurements, so they're getting their measurements done, okay? Then we have them, once they're through with that, they go to another station and they have their pictures taken, their photographs taken. Again, if that's the first person in, that's number one, so then picture number one goes with number one person, right? Obviously, like in your weight loss challenge. Then the last thing that they're going to do is they're going to go back into our wellness evaluation room, and the scale that we use is called a Tanita BC 1000. All right? That 1000, if you're going to get it, you stand on it, but there's a separate black box that you program. And the reason I like that one is it reads every single thing. Your visceral fat, your metabolic age, your water, your bone density. I mean, it reads everything. Some people ask about the Omron that doesn't read your water. Guess what? Water is crucial. You guys need to know that. So it is an investment, but trust me, you will have that paid back to you in a very short period of time. We've gone onto Amazon. Huh? No. This one is actually like $239, and the black box I want to think is like $89. So make sure you get that separate black box. So it is a bit of an investment. But Tanita BC, and then the model is 1000. And again, make sure you get that separate black box. So when they're standing on it, nothing comes up for them. They don't see one thing. Everything's coming up on the box for you. Okay? So that's the last thing that they finish, is that they go in their room with one of the coaches and they have those numbers done. Now, that's a separate sheet of paper, and I actually don't have it right now, but just pretend like this is it. So we've got this and we've got those numbers, and we say, thank you very much. Are you going to be a morning camper or an evening camper? They let us know. We write the time. We say, fantastic. Here's what's necessary to be involved in the camp. We need you to get a thick exercise mat. 5 to 8 pound dumbbells. No more than that, gentlemen. You don't need any more than that because you're doing lots and lots of repetition. You don't need to go heavy with your weights. A jump rope. We'll see you back here tomorrow with a great attitude. Yay, out the door. Get out of here. We don't even go through their numbers with them, okay? We just do that. Then on the desk where the coach is working, all of us have a little manila folder, and whoever invited them in, Dominic, great, that's going in Dominic's folder, that's going in Jen's, that's going to all of the coaches, the person's just sticking the papers in the folder. Like, I know this sounds really simple, but it's really simple. I know it's like, that's exactly what we do. So we stick it in the folder. At the end of the orientation, we usually do ours between 9 and 12. All the coaches come together. We say, great, that was a huge success. Here's your folder of names. Here's your folder of names. Here's your folder of names. We take those. We transfer those into a 3-ring binder. And those are my customers to work with during the 4 weeks. Okay, those are my leads. That's my way to grow my business. So, I average anywhere between 50 to 70 people every 4 weeks that I'm personally working with. Hello, can you get to the press team? Absolutely. If you start off and you've got 10 people in camp, Fantastic. That's 10 more than you had before. They're going to keep duplicating and keep coming back. So don't ever think like, well, there's only 4. Fantastic. That's what you're able to, deal with right now. That will all grow. All right. So, again, and we have waivers. There is also a waiver. That's the last thing that we do. We do have a health waiver or a liability waiver that we have them done. Again, so that's what's done on day 1. Now, what I'm showing you guys today is we use this training, you could take this and go train other coaches exactly what we're doing. Then there's a second slide presentation that we use on day 2 for our campers. So you guys are going to have access to both. So this was just one of the first ones that we did. This is when it was still originally the very first one. That this was something that we handed out at that orientation as well to them to let them know a little bit about who and what we were up to. Meet your coaches. Like I said, it was myself, it was my son Matt, and it was Lana. And then again, obviously they've grown completely from them. But it talks about the 24 Fit program brings you cutting edge technology developed by Herbalife with a renowned physical therapist and performance specialist, Robert Forster. So everything is talking Herbalife. We're using that, all through it. It's based on the same integrity and science you've come to expect from Herbalife, giving you more gain with less pain. Now you can achieve a better, stronger, more capable body with Herbalife 24 Fit. All right? Smarter way to work out. To celebrate the grand opening of Full Circle and the debut of 24 Fit, 4-week progressive boot camp is completely free. So this was the very first one that we gave out. All right? Same thing. You can copy that, use the information. Talks about the classes. You may come to 1 or 2. We let them know for the program to remain free, you must attend at least 2 classes a week. There's no penalties, but commit to at least 2 for your own good. Also, we let them know that the first 2 classes are mandatory because special things happen on day 1 and day 2. Extreme challenges, where they're going to be held, we put the dates in there for them. Before the start date, each participant must complete a free wellness eval. So we let them know pre- and post-workout drinks are available 30 minutes before and after each class. To get your level 10 results, all you need to bring to camp is yourself, a jump rope, exercise mat, a great attitude. We're throwing in Jim Rohn right there for things to change. You have to change to get better. You have to do more to become more. So again, we're speaking it, saying it. They're getting educated right off the bat what we're up to. There's no hiding exactly what we're doing. Day 1, like I said, is our physical assessment. So after Sunday orientation, everyone's excited. The coaches meet early morning. We get to the club about 5:45 in the morning. We have our music cranked, ready to go. We're jacked up on those T-bombs I had you drink today. So we're there for when the campers come in. They see coaches alive, full of energy. Don't come wandering in, like you're, that's why I get up at 5 in the morning so that by 6:30 I'm jacked, ready, and excited for my people. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself perky and fresh, because they're going to be the ones dragging in until they get on product, okay? So you want to be the chipper one. So that day 1, when they come to the camp, we let them know, today 1 is your physical assessment. So, we're in the parking lot, we warm up, we stretch. We've mapped out an area back behind my nutrition club. It runs along a river. I mapped it out, got a little mile marker, half a mile. I'm nice to these guys. My traditional boot camp was 2-mile run. This is only a 1-mile run. Okay, I'm nice to them. So we mapped out a half a mile down and a half a mile back. So, after we warm up and stretch everybody, we as a group walk down to the starting point. All I have is a timer that's got a whistle on it. And you see this mob scene of hundreds of people walking through this little neighborhood to the start-stop line. These people were like the first time, what is this massive crowd? But again, if you have 3, you have 10, you have 50, it doesn't matter. So you get to the starting line, and I let everybody know, hey, listen, until we get to know you, we don't know, we didn't know who a lot of these people were in the beginning. And so what we have done is that actually, let me backpedal. When they come in the very first day, we have a sign-in sheet, and that may be left in the room. Again, all these documents are here, but it says 24 Fit, what's it say? 24 Fit challenge participant, and they sign in every day. Then we have a sheet that we record their times. So after they come in that first day, we put their names. I apologize, guys. These were thrown on my clipboard. We put their names down in a run log order, so we track it. Bear with me. Where's our music guy? DJ. Somebody sing. All right, doesn't really matter. This is a homemade one, but it is a printed one. And again, all these forms are there. But it says their name, their run time, their push-ups, and their sit-ups. Okay? So after they've been logged in that they arrived, we fill in their name. We walk to the starting point. Again, I let them know, you know, there's lots of you and a few of us coaches. So as you're running through the finish line, I'm going to be calling out your times. It's your responsibility to remember your time, walk over to your coach, and let's record you. And that's all we're doing. So each coach has a clipboard, and some of the coaches are running with the people, encouraging them. Some of the coaches are standing back recording. I'm standing there yelling the times as people go by. So all of a sudden people are coming by and you're like 5:53, 6:42, 7:24, yelling, 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 yelling. Everyone that gets back early is encouraged to go back and to help other people. So that's the coolest thing, because now you have fellowship. Everyone's encouraging each other. If you have walkers, fantastic. If you've got people that never run, you know, and they're wanting to give up, you've got somebody else down there cheering them, clapping them to come in. All right, so that's what happens day one. When we're through with that part of it, we walk back to our club, and then we go into our time push-ups and our sit-ups. And we demonstrated today how to do the push-up. I'll show you. We give them the 3 variations. If you can see, I know you might not be able to record that, but if there's a brand new person that has never worked out before, obviously they're not going to be able to do a regular push-up. Okay, so you want to make everybody feel good about themselves. So, brand new version of a time push-up, and again, they're being timed for 1 minute. They're told to count for themselves. Brand new person is allowed to keep their butt in the air, fingertips facing front, and they're down and up right here. Okay? And it needs to be down and up. I mean, this is not a push-up, and you'll see them do all these crazy things, get them to actually do it. And medium, or mid-range is right here. Their tailbone is tucked down. They're down and up. Advanced, they're up on their tippy toes, and they're down and up. Okay? And they're counting quietly for themselves. Super easy. We've got music playing. You know, they're in the parking lot. Music's going. In the beginning, I had my car just playing music. Cranked that thing up as loud as it could go. You know, now I bought myself a little rolling DJ thing. But, you know, you want to make it where it's lively, it's exciting, and it's fun. So, then when they're through with that, they walk over to you. They tell you 25 push-ups, 17 push-ups, 55 push-ups, 36 push-ups, whatever it is. You're recording it. Then we go into our ab work. And I need somebody to come on over here, Dave. I'm going to show you 3 variations of getting their abs done. They partner up with somebody. They interact with somebody. Get them to, you know, meet somebody new. All right, you're going to hold my feet down gently, please. I'm doing it. So we tell them, come on down.
Yes, ma'am.
Put your knees gently on my toes. Well, on it. Don't be, you're not going to hurt me. Kind of. Yeah, shift your weight.
I'll hold you down.
Okay, but normally, it's not so you would partner somebody up that's kind of similar in size, but literally their knees need to go on, because what they need to not do is to be bouncing. They need to be firmly rooted when they're down, okay? Teach them their butt comes close to their feet. Fingertips are lightly behind their head to begin with. No locking, chin stays up. Excuse me. And they're coming all the way up and all the way down. Exhaling, blowing out. This guy is counting for this person, okay? When that becomes difficult, or maybe they can never do it because they're 300 pounds and they can't even get up, they put their hands across their chest, their hands stay on their shoulders, and they come up. When that becomes difficult, option 3 is they take their hands and they use momentum. This gives the guy that could never do one, that weighs 300 pounds, the ability to at least complete something and feel good about himself, okay? Versus, you know, here he is and he's ready to give up because he sees Joe Fit over here doing 75 and he can't do one. So you want to show all 3 variations again and make people feel good about themselves. This guy's counting, but he's encouraging. Coaches are going around, come on, you can do it, you can do it. If you guys are coming tomorrow, you'll see what I do. I'm an in-your-face coach. Thank you. I'm like, get off me. No, I'm teasing. You know, I'm an in-your-face coach, but I do it through love, okay? And that's what you want to be, because here's the deal. You know, most people don't get coached. People don't have coaches. People don't have people that even care about them, right? You know, and that's what we're doing. That's what makes us unique in who we are as Herbalife anyway, is we genuinely care about our people. We want them to succeed and to be successful. So you have to become that type of a coach for them. And that's really what, I mean, that's what people say, like, you know, I come here, man, it's, You know, there's no judging. Everyone's happy. Everyone's excited. The coolest thing is to see when was my 20-year-old son is encouraging his guy who's 410 pounds, Colombian guy that's at Embry-Riddle student that was so scared to come into the nutrition club, had our card, and waited for 3 months to come in. And all of a sudden now he's running and jumping and sweating, and he's lost 40 pounds, and he now just has 6 guys that he brought on board, and he's now a supervisor and building a team of people. You know, and all he says to me is, your son is like the nicest guy. And, you know, here's my son, a ripped, shredded athlete, but Matthew cares about this guy, genuinely cares about his success. So that's what you want to be for your people. So day 1, then they come and they record their sit-ups. You stretch them, you cool them out. Great, see you out of here, get out of here, we'll see you Wednesday. Boom, that's it. Don't complicate it, okay? Same assessment is done at the very end of the camp, and we're tracking their results. Okay, so it's done day 1, which is on a Monday, and then it's done 4 weeks later on that Friday. Okay? Now, this is the body composition analysis that we use, the one that we created that I don't have the paperwork, but these guys have. So when they're coming in, this is the very last thing that they do when they go to the fitness assessment room. And as you can see, it's got the water, it's got the muscle mass, physique rating, daily caloric intake, metabolic age, bone mass, visceral fat, and all of that is on that Tanita scale. And there's guidelines that you can go, so it just works with this, okay? It's got their name, if they're an athlete, if they're not an athlete. On this form that we've created, we also have where you can then log their 1 mile run time, their push-ups and their sit-ups. So we take it day 1, we transfer it from the form that we have, we stick it in here. That stays in our 3-ring binder, so each coach, again, is responsible for all their people. But if you see down here, it's also got an HOM and shake party because they're being invited to all of that throughout their 4 weeks with us again. Again, product information, talking about it, all right? Up and down in their body fat, their measurements. On the bottom of that, it talks about their protein intake and their water intake that is necessary as well. And again, that's on the form that you have. That's in the PDF file, okay? Now, class 2, which is on Wednesday, it's based on our evaluations. We're going to separate these guys into 2 groups. And the reason we do that, again, is because you've got somebody based on their numbers of their 1 mile run. If it's 12 minutes and above, they're going to go into one group. If it's 12 and under, they're going to go into another. If their body fat is extremely high, if they're injured, if they've never worked out, we're going to put them in 2 different groups. And the reason we came up with these groups, number 1, because I had people that were with me for 7 years. That's called the unstoppable group. These are the athletes, these are the guys that want to do more, they want to be pushed a little bit harder. The other group are called the transformers because they're transforming. All right? It doesn't mean that one can't go into the other, but to take a 300-pound person and stick them in something where we're doing 50 burpees and they can't even get up and down, they're going to get discouraged and want to go. So we have in our parking lot, you've got 2 groups. Lana, and you're going to see her pictures, she was overweight. And she is literally transformed, but she feels very comfortable working with people that were her size. So she likes to lead the transformers. She can talk with them, can, empathize with them, sympathize, understands them. I like to run over there every once in a while because they just think I'm that crazy, skinny person. I'm like, knock it off. We go back and forth and train, and they realize each coach is great. All right, so what does that say? 1 hour fitness class based upon your teaching capabilities. Consider using the 24 Fit DVD ideas if you're not a trainer. So again, if this, you could start something, again, still follow this plan, still have them do the run or the walk the first day, but then throw in DVDs for the next 4 weeks. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does not matter what you do. It's just getting them to do something, okay, keeping them moving. So on class 2, what we do is we start off with, they come back on that Wednesday, they have a half an hour workout. We start promptly on time and end promptly on time. You want to adhere to people's time. That's why I apologize for tonight. So our morning class starts at 6:30. From 6:30 to 7, day 2, we do a half an hour workout. We're kind of introducing them to what we're up to. Because day 1 was their run. Day 2, we're going to teach them a little bit at something. Right at 7:30, or right at 7 o'clock, we say, fantastic, great, come on inside the Nutrition Club. If you guys were here today, you saw my opening story. There was a whole group of people sitting in one of those pictures. Okay, that was day 2. We bring them inside the Nutrition Club. Other coaches have already had pre-made teas, little shots of teas, like they just walk in and there's like teas all over this area. Everybody comes in and gets a tea and they have a seat. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to talk to them about what we're up to in Shape Up Daytona and what we're doing. Because people always ask me, why is this free? How can this be free? Like, why are you doing this for free? And I'm like, well, thank you for your concern, but I can do whatever I want. It's my club, you know, I can do what I want. And then we let them know what we're up to. So in day 2, actually, and I'm sorry because this should say class 3. This should say class 2, so just forget that. We're discussing the forms. So this is a presentation after we say, you know, thank you for coming in today. We're going to go ahead and tell you what we're up to. This is what we show our campers. All right, so this is available for you. And then at the very end of this, I'm going to show you one that we show based on who we are as a group. And then you're going to be able to create your own. But this is like a general one that we put together. So right off the bat, welcome to Jim Rohn. Okay? They're getting it. They're hearing it. They're seeing it. All right? Let's take a look at your results. So after we've done that workout, we bring them in and we say, now we're going to talk about what you guys did at your fitness evaluations. All right? So we just go through. Some of you guys clip these out. Just talks, you know, I mean, again, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time talking about this. You guys can see these. You have copies of everything. We just let them know most of their languaging is over here, and we're going to get their conversations over here. We're going to do it in a fun, simple, magical way through the program. All right? People say, I can't work out. I don't have any weights. No more excuses. Here's the deal. You have your body weight. Being inside an exercise program where you're using your own body weight is one of the best workouts ever. Think about what some of you weigh. Literally, you probably couldn't get into the gym and bench press what you weigh, in all honesty, but you turn around and do push-ups, all of a sudden you get 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 of those out, you're feeling pretty darn proud of yourself. You know, and I use always the analogy, not that everything is life or death, but when I've got somebody in my boot camp and they're like ready to give up and they have a half a mile to go, or they're crying and like, I can't, I'm like, yeah, you can. And here's what I'm going to tell you. And, you know, if anyone here is a parent and you have children, you would do anything for your children, right? If somebody was like kidnapping your kid, you'd find strength, or something was happening to your kid. So I'm kind of brutal, and I'll say to them, listen, literally, like your kid's right there at the end, he's about to be kidnapped, move it. And I'm usually screaming at them, and you'll see that side of me tomorrow, but it's late now. But, you know, I'm like, seriously, like there's an inner strength in all of us that we don't know, but nobody ever talks to anybody like that. They just everyone babies everybody, everyone coddles everybody. That's why you are where you are. That's why you're broke, that's why you're fat, that's why you're miserable, and I'm not saying you guys, okay? But I mean, that's how people everyone just, you know, softens everything. So we're here in Herbalife to do big things. We have that ability, and that's the way that I talk to these guys. It's in you. There is a strength inside of you that you're never going to know that you have. All right? Hello. I know it does some fancy stuff. There we go. So then we show them also too many excess, deficiencies. Again, we're just going to click through these right now. We talk about the World Health Organization. Some of you may not have ever seen some of these slides. Some of you may have already seen them. But for your campers that have never seen some of this stuff, it's very alarming to them. You see their heads. They start like, wow, 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 I didn't know all this stuff, okay? We talk about the first time in history, 5-year-old child not expected to outlive their parents, obesity in kids. I've got a ton of kids that come with their parents. People ask, can I bring my children? Here's what I'm not. I'm not a daycare service. If they're going to bring them, they need to be there with them, okay? If they're going to be dropped off, they need to at least be 14 and above and sign waivers and things like that. So no problem in getting the whole family enrolled and working out together. Like, it's really cool to have moms and daughters and stuff do that. It's really exciting to see them do that, all right? Negative effects of obesity to your health and life. This is always shocking. Everyone's like, ooh, you know, but they can identify. They've got some of these things going on with them. We talk about, again, our youth. We have a young man that started with us that looks like the young boy on the right. When he came into the boot camp, he's 14 years old, always wanted to play baseball, could never get in, was overweight, sluggish. When he came and talked, his head was always down. He would never look in our eyes. So far, he has been in, I want to say, 8 boot camps. He's lost, as of Friday, 70 pounds. And, yeah, it's really exciting. His mile, not a minute mile, that'd be unbelievable. His first mile run that he did with us was a 25-minute mile. I clocked him Friday morning before I came, 10 minutes. Shaved off 15 minutes in his run time. You know what that does for a 14-year-old's ego and makes him feel good about himself? Now when he talks, his head's up and he's looking directly in the eye. Thank you, Miss Jen. Thank you, Miss Jen. Like that right there is the coolest thing ever, you know. His dad's a school teacher. The whole family's on board. The dad's lost 40 pounds. The sister came to camp, one camp. We never saw her again, but the dad said, don't worry about it. She's lost 80 pounds. She's on product and just loves it. So he's a distributor. He's got the kids on board. I mean, how cool is that, you know? So, again, just some of the lists, health complaints, obviously the way that we're eating, things that we're having here. I like this one. People are fed by the food industry, which pays no attention to health, and are treated by the health industry, which pays no attention to food. That's the truth, right? That's the truth. You know, that's where we're headed. So again, your campers are like, wow, just sitting here listening. Okay, they're up to something different. And I let them know, this isn't just getting together once on a Saturday and running around. No, we're here doing something. We're committed to your results, okay? This is very shocking to me as well. Broccoli, back in 1985, had 103 grams of calcium. Oh, in 2002, we're minus 73%. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in the foods that we're eating. Scary. Scary. Supplementation is necessary, right? Yes, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Foods you didn't know contain meat. This is always shocking. It's shocking to my distributors as well as to, you know, the people. Velveeta, Guinness, Altoids have meat. Smarties have meat. Over here, chicken inside those chips. Anchovies in the Worcestershire. Calf stomachs inside the Velveeta. Ooh. Ooh. Are we eating ourselves into obesity? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Can you guys see? I just realized. Kinda. Okay, you can always come right here.
You can email me for a copy of the slides too.
Everyone can email everybody. Got it.
On the website.
Okay, old hamburgers, 280 calories. Look at today. 1,120 calories. Everything's give me bigger, badder, fatter, bigger, badder. Right? It's the way that we live in. All right? They do the same thing. Remember this old little teeny Coke bottle? How cute. Increased corn syrup. Look at this. Give me that big daddy gulp. When I see people with these, I'm like, what are they doing? Kids. Children. And they're wondering why. Right? Okay. Did you know this costs you money? Doctor bills, prescriptions. The more cost to be unhealthy. Get healthy and save money. Do we not save money being on Herbalife? Yeah. Absolutely. All right? Talking to them. Forget skinny, get healthy. So now we're going to talk to our campers about what we do, what we're up to. Now we talk about, you know, all this black fecal matter, feces. Yucky. Visceral fat, because we're going to show them in a minute their numbers. And again, this is for you coaches, so you can take this and create your own PowerPoint for day 2, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So let me go through these quickly, and then I'll show you the one that we actually show the campers, because we have them, we break out their forms, and they start learning about this stuff. All right? I like this, though, because it also talks about what an Herbalife person is. Healthy range, average American in 2011, right there. Look at our Herbalife athlete down there. Right? We can all get there easily. All right? Index of body fat analysis talks about what's normal, what's not. Most people, I mean, I had a young girl, 11 years old, just came in with her mom 2 weeks ago, 50% body fat. 50%. She's already lost 9 pounds in 2 weeks, so she's super excited. She's doing the boot camp. You know, it's really that, like, again, I love working with kids. I love working with kids. Okay, we've seen these before, 5 pounds of muscle versus 5 pounds of fat. You choose, what do you want to be? Use a tape measure. 5 pounds of fat takes up as much as 3 grapefruits. Muscle takes up 3 tangerines. Okay, again, educating them the importance of water, what's acceptable. Now, all of some of the, like this particular slide and the one about the fecal matter comes with that Tanita scale, so that when I'm sitting down doing my one-on-one, I'm just flipping through these charts with them as well. So you have all the graphics and the pictures, okay? Why do I need to drink water? Most of us know this stuff already, so I'm not going to go through all that. Water percentage, where you should be. This is another really great one. You know, a day of beverages, 1,370 calories just from drinking these liquids. And people will do that. Oh, I wake up and I have my juice. Then I need my latte. But I'm going to have a Coke at lunch. And then I'm going to have a little drink in the middle of the day. Then I'm going to have a sweet tea for dinner. Then I'll have a beer before I go to bed. We haven't even eaten. Look at us. Yikes. And this is so typical. It's how people live. All right? Talks about bone mass. Important as well. This is in the chart, so when you're working with your people, because that's on that scale that we've determined all their numbers, they see where they are, and when they're like way underneath the range, you know, chances of osteoporosis. Look at the bone density. This obese person, look how little and frail these bones are versus a healthy bones right here. Okay? Price that you pay. Results from excess visceral fat, same thing. Gut. Usually, you know, you see a thin woman and all of a sudden she's got a distended belly. Collapsed colon. You're filled with junk in your trunk. Forward trunk. Not the trunk, the trunk. Usually, but right, that stomach starts sticking out. Crunches will help you lose your belly fat. Not. Eat more protein. Our mission, there's Marky. Now we're going to talk even more about Herbalife. How cool is that? One thing we know for sure, we only have limited number of days here on Earth, so make each day we can either find something to complain about, something to be grateful for. It's really up to us. We then go through welcome to today, another chance, feel free to change. We talk about Herbalife, essential 114 nutrients, formula 1, 2, 3. Get with your coach and samples to start your healthier life today. Product forward, product forward. The next 3 weeks, we let them know we're going to meet 1 hour for 3 times a week. Each, as participants, on products, get results, share them with the group so they can see that those on products are those that are getting the fastest results. So when we're teaching our classes throughout those weeks, we'll ask, Sally, tell us everybody how you doing on your products today. Who knows anything about H3O? Whoever can answer in the middle of the workout, we're giving a stick of H3O. Who knows how many essential nutrients are in our shake? Great, Mary, you get a shake on the house today. Talking, talking, talking. Who knows what's in our energy drink? You know, blah, blah, blah. I mean, whatever it is, you guys all know the products, so you're talking the products. Energy moments is what I'm talking about in the middle of the class. Hydration, always being product forward. At the end of each class, we do a personal development quote, either through the Jim Rohn books, or I printed off copies of different quotes. So after the workout, we do a stretch, we do, you know, cool down. Everybody gather around, gather around. It's time to get your head on straight. So we leave them with a quote. We bring everybody in. We do this fast clap, 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 which we're going to do before we end tonight. And we say 1, 2, 3 on 3. Everyone yells, we are 24 fit. So now you have this momentous roar of all these people that are screaming, we are 24 fit. That happens at every single workout. In the beginning, they're like kind of shy to do it. By the end, they're like, we're 24 fit. They're jumping up and down. They're so excited and jacked, okay? Ready to roll with the deal. There we are, one of our camps with our 24 fit campers. Kids come, you know, I mean, it's just an entire totally cool thing. That's in front of my nutrition club right there. That's my little boy in the gray, right there. All right, that's my son. That's Dominic, right center.
Dude with the huge biceps.
Huge with the biceps, yes, exactly.
Those lats.
Isn't that cool? I know, 22. This is Megan, my son's girlfriend, Matt. This picture, this particular night, we had 230 people starting the warm-up for the 1 mile run. This is a little neighborhood, beautiful big residential homes, and then the river, and literally we took over the entire road. Like this just goes on this way and on this way like you wouldn't believe. I mean, insane. The neighbors are like, what is this? Like, it's okay. We'll be gone quickly. Run! I'm like, go, Forrest, go! Run, run, run! Like, get out of the parking lot, you know, go. Right? Isn't that cool? Now, we have silly days. We have get it tight, get it bright. This is my other son, Matthew, over here with his tongue out. Imagine that. I know, cute, right? He's a Get Team member. We do silly, playful things. They have to wear weird clothes. This guy got invited to camp. This was his very first day from his friend. He just said we threw neon bands around him. He had so much fun. He ran into the front of the thing and he was just dancing, gyrating, have a great time. So this is Lana's husband, Dave, with the wig on. He looks like a drunken sailor. I know that's not really he. Global Expansion team member, having the time. All, you know, Get Team members, brand new guy, being playful. All it is being playful. So we always have a theme day. You know, one camp, it was everybody dressing green. We love the get it tight, get it bright. It was Thanksgiving. They dressed in Indians and pilgrims. You know, you name it. I mean, whatever, pajama day, whatever day, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, you just get your people involved. They want to be like having fun doing something, but while still getting a serious workout. Okay? So my sons decided, this is all cool, but we want to do something else. Mom, come up with this warrior boot camp. And I'm like, no, you come up with a warrior boot camp, because Mom's done this for her whole life. Now you guys can create something. So they got a bunch of people that donated. We have huge tractor tires. We have the sledgehammers. We have the kettlebells. I actually built pull-up bars, wood pull-up bars and metal rods in our grass area in the parking lot. So the boys lead on Tuesday, Thursday mornings. They do a warrior boot camp, like CrossFit with all of the equipment, but instead of charging $150 a month, we charge nothing. Everybody comes through the 4-week program, has their assessments done, sits down with their coaches. Even these fit guys that think they're fit still can find out they can get better. They're fascinated. They love to see their numbers. These guys, even if they're starting off at 10% body fat, they're in competition to get to 7, to get to 6, to get to 5, to get to 4. They're like, no, I'm going to be more fit than you. So they love doing the, following the program. These guys are getting them on everything still starts with your core nutrition. Like people always say, what about the 24? Great, but if you can't even take Formula 1, 2, 3, don't talk to me about 24. Dead serious. That's a supplement to what you're doing. Everything starts with Formula 1, 2, 3. 33 years Herbalife's been around with Formula 1, 2, 3. Follow that. This is an add-on to it, okay? So, this is one of the warrior camps, fun, planking, doing whatever that they're doing. And again, this is a slide that I showed earlier, so this is day 2. So we bring everybody in, sit down, show them the slide presentation, and talk to them, and then hand out the sheet. So I think final assessment is done on the Friday. Same parameters as the starting assessment. Then what we do is we invite everyone to attend a potluck celebration party. It's always done on the following Wednesday. We tell everybody, listen, we've worked hard for you for the last 4 weeks. It's your turn to now work for us, cook wonderful food. We like to eat. And so we say, cook enough for 4 to 6 people. Invite your family and friends. It can be clean food, not clean. We don't really care at that point. They're just having a great time. They come in. We have awards that we've made up, very, very, very simple little certificates that say Full Circle Nutrition 24 Fit Challenge Level 10 Improvement Award presented to. Okay? So what happens is, after they've done their final assessment, each coach runs their numbers. We do their measurements again. We take their beginning run time, their end run time, their beginning push-up, their last push-up, beginning sit-ups, end sit-ups, all those numbers, and we just determine their results. So out of maybe say the 70 campers that I work with, I give awards to the people that have improved in their weight loss, in their inch loss, in their body fat. They've improved in their run time, they've improved in their sit-ups, and they've improved in their push-ups. Okay, so when they're coming back for the celebration, each of us coaches have done that. What do? We go get a nice little water bottle from the dollar store. We put an Herbalife sticker on it, and we put it in a pretty little gift bag along with their certificate. So they come back for the celebration party. We eat, we bless it, we thank them for coming for the last 4 weeks. We totally all about recognition, acknowledge them for coming, have food. Then we coaches sit up in the front of the room, and we just start recognizing the people that were the top. First of all, we recognize everybody that we're coaching, and then we recognize the top winners in each category. And I'm going to tell you, from this little piece of paper, we have this one girl, Melissa Moore. I mean, there's just so many stories, but one in particular, this was a young girl that had a very estranged relationship with her mom and her sister, was, in contact with her dad, but like they never, ever, ever did anything as a family, ever. She won the push-up award. She improved 16 push-ups. When she got up to get her award, tears running down her face, you would have thought she just won like the Oscars. She had never won anything in her life. She was shaking, and we took a picture with her, and she was so excited. Well, the next camp, she came, and not only did she bring her mother and her sister, but 26 other people came with her. And we looked at her and we're like, you're now a wellness coach, because those are your people. We all have our people. So what ends up happening is you start sponsoring, because people are getting on product, they're signing up, they're wanting to become a discount customer, they're bringing people, they're now becoming a wellness coach. We're teaching them, look at, I've got my 50, you've got your 26, you can do exactly what I do. So now you can be in front of the room and we're leading the workout. We went from having myself and my son Matt on the Unstoppables and Lana on the Transformers to now I've got like 10 coaches that stand up front with me, and we coach and we cheer and we chant and we scream. But it's all the people that have graduated through these camps over the last 6 months, 8 months, that are now fit and want to be in front of the room, and they're encouraging and coaching and everything. So this little bit of recognition and acknowledging them has done that for just multitudes of people. I've got another girl, Latoya. She was in my regular boot camp for years, probation officer for 12 years. Once the boot camp became free, she came in. She went through the first 4 weeks on her own. I challenged her, put it on Facebook, see what happens. 55 people came back with her, and I said, yo, you are seriously your own wellness coach. She's like, I don't know what to do. I said, yes, you do, because you've already done this yourself. Long story short, 55 people. She coached her first challenge. That was in June. I invited her to go to the July LDW. She went to the July LDW, saw the bigger picture of Herbalife, came back in after that, and in August fired her boss after 12 years of being a head of the probation department. And in October, she opened up her nutrition club. She has her own boot camp where she averages between 60 to 70 people every 4 weeks. Okay, hello? I mean, so that's how it's happening. It's not like we're doing anything magical. It's like she could take this little simple thing and go do it. And that's just in my own town, let alone Boston. Boston taught this program at the Boston Spectacular. There's a girl, Lori Baker, who wrote to me about 2 weeks ago on Facebook and said, thank you for what you taught. We implemented what you taught us from January to February. Her organizational volume grew 62,000 volume points in 1 month.
Oh my God.
In 1 month by this 4-week program. Her upline, Wendy Simone, made her first cut to President's team. Okay? Again, Tim Hendricks, 250 people at his first orientation. Tim, a Pres team member for 10 years, made his first cut to world team to 15K last month. His downline, Carlos, made it to global expansion team December, January, February. We left him the beginning of December. I worked with him, he and his team, and did his final third cut get team phone call, and so it's not like, this may be like, what's the big deal? All it is just a little teeny system, and for somebody who didn't ever have a system, and again, I was building my business, but I wasn't building royalty, because other people are like, wow, that's so easy, I can do that, all right? So, overall, we have an overall fit champion for males and females. I had white t-shirts made, red lettering, because blood, sweat, and tears for the 4 weeks that they're with us, and it says, I survived 24 Fit Boot Camp Challenge, simple, red writing, white t-shirt, black lettering, overall, or champion, like male champion, female champion, embroidered on the sleeve, gave it to them, along with this, along with that, woo, that's it, okay? Maybe an investment of $10 total for the champion, and maybe an investment of 40 cents and $1 for that. So we're not awarding with money, we're awarding with, isn't this wonderful? Thank you, you did a great job. Come back, now bring more people. Really, I'm serious, okay? So, there it is, you can see that. Again, you guys have all that, like how cool, right? Isn't that fun? Just a simple little thing for them. Most of all, have fun, have a positive attitude, smile, be encouraging, follow up, and changing lives, okay? So this is for you guys. You want to pull up that second one is what I'm going to show you. Of what we show our campers on day 2. All right, it's going to go fast because a lot of it's very similar, but it's just, you can kind of see the growth of how what we first started and how it exploded. And I know it's kind of corny, but here's the reality. This was me, little once upon a time, there was a girl. So, and if a lot of other people are like, we're using it, whatever, you don't have to use this. But so this is after they've done the half-hour workout Wednesday. We bring them in. They're all sitting on the floor like you saw the picture. And this is what we start with, once upon a time, all right? So 2 women battling their weight, obesity and anorexic. So this is my downline, Lana. And again, she's the paper person. I don't like papers, but I'm learning to like them because I understand them. She created the forms. I had the magic with the fitness. She created the forms, so that's why we teamed up. One was battling obesity, the other was anorexic. Both made a decision to give this thing called Herbalife a try. And it was a decision that changed their lives forever. So there's my before and after. I think I was looking for that today, but whatever, here it is now. Okay, it's one of my magazine covers with Lee. It's my boyfriend. And this is Lana. Here she is. There she was. And here's where she is today. Okay? She's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. One in the business for 15 years, which is me. The other in the business for 15 months, but both had a vision to create something big. So hence 24 Fit Challenge. All right? So you could use some of that if you want to say, hey, these are the girls that created it, and then you put your own. You could not use any of this and just say, hey, here's what we're doing on day 2, which is a slide presentation from before. Okay, but again, this is how we're showing our campers who we are. Now, there's us at one of the events called Tweedledum and Tweedledee. And then it happened, and now you are part of it, so welcome to your 24 Fit Challenge. All right? So now we go through Meet Your Coaches. We threw Lee in there, half naked anyway. So we say, here's your coaches. So here's where it started. This is my guy, Lee. This is my son, Matthew. My son, Dominic. Liz, my computer girl. So anyone that needs anything of this stuff, Liz Santana is who you'll be dealing with. Don't email me because I don't know how to email you back with all this stuff. I'm being very honest. Liz is the girl that will do it for you, okay? This is my daughter, Vanessa, down here. Mike Hackley. And again, when we're with our campers, I'm not going to go full into detail, but I kind of want to give you guys just a little bit about Mike and Jen Hackley were customers that I talked about today, 14 years on the product, school teacher, insurance agent. He tried to get her to come to my boot camp for years, didn't want to do it because she thought she was fit, going to the gym, no problem. He gave her for Mother's Day one year one of my $180 boot camps. She came, fell in love with me, fell in love with the program. She was paying $180 every 3 weeks for over 3 years. Okay? Didn't want to get on product, but that's value. She saw the value in what she was getting, right? There's value, all right? Didn't want to get on product. He had been on product for 14 years. She finally got on product about 2 years ago, she was great shape anyway, but got in even better shape. Then all of a sudden, when I made the boot camp free, she's like, well, that sounds even more exciting, and I have the Nutrition Club. He decided during the summertime he wanted to come into work in the Nutrition Club last summer. They saw the bigger picture. Well, she just fired her boss 3 weeks ago, and they just opened up Infinite Nutrition 10 days ago. Yeah, how cool is that? So 14 years ago, talked to him about it, and all of a sudden, their world team on their way to active world team now. All right. Megan is my son Matt's girlfriend, Herbal Love. They met each other through Herbalife, and they're both first line to me, and they made their cuts to the global expansion team at the exact same month. I mean, how cool is that? Like they're charting their journey together. They just came back from training in Ohio with Nick Fabricio. I mean, he was like unbelievable. Jen H. He just turned 21, she's 24, and you will definitely be seeing a lot of them in Herbalife. I mean, they're unbelievable trainers, which is great. Francois, my children's friend since he was 10 years old, came on board, unbelievable athlete. He brought Jesse, totally ripped, shredded, in shape, great to begin with, just in love with the products now. Kayla's a girl I met years ago in a gym. She was young, came back around about a year ago. She's world team on her way to active world team, has like 7 supervisors under her. She's declared she'll be get team by July, and she will. Nicole Hester came into my club on a cane. She was hit by a car, standing out valet at a hotel, unloading her car. A car behind her thought he was braking, and instead he accelerated into her, crushed her legs. She was in a wheelchair for over a year, depressed, all this, meds, all kinds of stuff, ballooned up, walked through my nutrition club on a cane. In June of last year, she's now completely walking, jumping, boot camping, on her way, world team. She just wrote to me. She's the one that went out and did the 20 invites and got 3 new customers in 2 days. That's her. I told you guys that story at dinner, okay? Haley is actually Megan's younger sister, and she's dating Dominic. Isn't that interesting? Sisters, brothers, yeah, is whatever. It's crazy in my house. World team member, single mom, 20 years old with a baby, unbelievable young superstar, world team. Has an amazing team as well. Sean Sheridan and Michelle Sheridan, husband and wife. Super negative in the beginning. He humored his sister and came to a shake party at my house. Cop, negative. He's lost 65 pounds so far. Michelle, a hairdresser, lost over 40 pounds. Most unbelievable couple. They are knocking on the door of global expansion team right now, so really exciting. Lana, rock star down there, you already saw her picture. She's 21,000 points away from her first cut of mill team. She texted me today, which is unbelievable. Mike worked at the Firehouse Sub restaurant across from the Nutrition Club, saw all these people, hundreds and hundreds of people in the parking lot. What is this? What's going on? Lana got him going. He was bound and determined. He was losing his house. He was losing everything. Single mom, and like your kind of a story, you know, sleeping on couches and here and there. He got to supervisor. He worked his tail off. He declared last month he would have 10,000 volume points. He had 6,000 volume points with 2 days left in the end of the month. He had 600 volume points to go at 2 a.m. the last day of the month, and he pulled it off, and he hit his 10,000 volume points. The guy's jacked and excited and on fire. Latoya, the probation officer that quits, now doing the business, has her own club, MVP Nutrition. Melissa is the girl with the 16 push-ups. Woo-woo. She's, you know, brought her sister Michelle in. Jamie, another young rock star, world team, knocking on the door of Get Team. Vanessa, January 31st of last year, walked into Lana's house, 95 pounds heavier, and she will tell you she was one of Daytona's finest and hardest drug dealers.